Hi everyone, welcome to our lesson 98 and my name is Professor Roberts and in today's lesson we'll learn how to prepare for a mathematics exam. As the title suggests, we'll learn how to prepare for a math exam. If you usually wait until the night before an exam to start studying, I want to encourage you to change that habit. Today, I'm going to show you how to prepare for a math exam in a more organized and less stressful way. Now, let's assume your exam is 1 week away. That means 7 days before the exam. Start by finding exactly what will be covered. What will be covered? That's really very important. Don't study everything in your mathematics textbook. No, just study the material that is actually on the examination. And you do that by making a list. For example, linear equations, rational expressions, and then maybe factoring. Then put a check beside each topic you understand and a question mark beside the topics you don't understand. For example, if you know linear equations, you just put a tick. If you know rational expressions, you have a tick there. But then if you don't know factoring, then you put a question mark. Now you know where to focus. So 6 days before, begin with your weakest topic. So you start with your weakest topic from your list you've worked out. Don't spend the entire day reviewing what you already know because it feels comfortable. No, you don't. If factoring is your weakest, then spend time factoring. Work several problems, look at your mistakes, then try similar problems again. Okay, now 5 days before the exam, we are inching towards the examination time. Move to the next difficult topic. So you have to move to your next difficult topic. You have to be systematic in doing this. And remember, don't just read examples, solve problems. Don't just read examples, but solve problems. This is key because it's the only way you're going to succeed. Mathematics is learned by doing. In other words, maths is learned by doing and not just looking. Now, 4 days before the exam, start mixing topics. So 4 days to the exam, 4 days to the exam, start mixing topics. You start mixing the topics you outlined earlier on. This is important. On an actual examination, the questions will not usually tell you exactly which method to use. You have to recognize the problem. So practice questions without looking at the chapter title. And then ask yourself, what type of problem is this? What type of problem is this? Then you have to ask yourself, what method should I use? Should I use? That is examination preparation. Now, 3 days before, you have to take a practice exam. Set a timer, put your textbook away, don't use your notes. Treat it like the real examination. When you're finished, grade yourself. Then identify your mistakes. All right? This is where many students waste an opportunity. They look at the grade and move on. So after getting your practice grade, don't just move on. No, you have to identify your mistakes. So please, don't just look at your grade and move on. Don't do it. Your mistakes are telling you exactly what you need to study. If you missed 5 problems involving fractions, say, practice fractions. If you made errors with the signs, practice carefully handling positive and negative numbers. So, one day before you do your exams, do not attempt to learn an entire semester of mathematics the night before the exam. So, one day before the exam, what you need to do is just review formulas. Review your mistakes. And then solve a few representative problems. Solve a few selected problems. Then get some rest. Then rest. Your brain needs rest, and that's really very, very important. All right. Then the morning of the exam, of course, one and most important thing, eat something if you normally do. Then bring the required materials to the exam and arrive early. This is very important. Arrive early to the exam room. And don't spend the last 5 minutes listening to other students saying, did you study number 12? Did you study this or that? That can increase your anxiety. So please stay focused. Be focused. And tell yourself, I have prepared. I will do my best. And remember, an examination measures your performance on a particular day. It does not determine your intelligence or your worth. So, in short, prepare, practice, prepare, practice, and stay calm. Stay calm. And believe that you can improve. All right? Okay, so if this lesson has helped you, don't forget to like, share with anyone you think needs it, and please subscribe for more algebra made simple, and see you in the next lesson. Bye for now.